This tutorial will show you how to bucket or group responses into themes, one of the feature functions in Radical. The bucketing function is designed to convert qualitative answers into quantitative data and to make reports easier to read and understand. To bucket responses, first, go to Analyze. Look to the tab on the left, click on Bucket. This is the main page for bucketing. If you have a long list of answers, you can filter the data to either a respondent, a demographic group, or a single question before you start bucketing. There are two types of bucketable questions. One, open-ended, fill-in type questions such as text field and text area. And two, questions with the text-only entry option. For example, if you enable other text entry in a radio grid question, it will appear in the question drop-down list on the bucketing page as well. Although there is difference in bucketing these two types of questions, the concept remains the same. And I'll start by showing you how to bucket the open-ended fill-in questions. There are two primary steps in bucketing. First, create buckets or themes, and second, assign the responses or group the responses together into the appropriate themes. To create a bucket, select a question from the question drop-down. Here, I'll select an open-ended text area question as my example. You can now see all the responses to this question and the count of identical responses. In this example, you see 5 next to relationship, meaning relationship appears 5 times as an answer. If you see typos in the responses, you can click on the note icon next to the response to edit it. We utilize cloud technology to recognize the identical responses that appear more than once and mark them in orange. There are 3 ways to create buckets. You can click on the responses in the orange color, type in the name in this field, and click on Edit Bucket to add, edit, or delete buckets and their respective math or common code values. When you click on the orange response, you will see a pop-up, pre-filled with the bucket that you just click on. You have the option to edit it before saving it as a new bucket. Another thing you will notice on this page is the letter D next to some responses. This lets you exclude words like conjunctions or prepositions so that they are not identified as possible buckets. For example, if you want to exclude the word product, just simply click on the D icon next to it and it will be added to the dictionary. Moving forward, the word product will no longer be identified as a possible bucket. Radical already has a wide library of excluded words, so this will probably be primarily used for responses that are unique to you and your organization. Once you're done, you can start bucketing the responses. To do so, simply check the responses into the appropriate buckets. If you only want to see the unbucketed responses, uncheck the Show Previously Bucketed Questions option. When you are done bucketing, click on Save. Next, I'm going to show you how to bucket questions with the text entry option. So here, I'll select a checkbox question with an Other option. Now you see the options have changed. If this is an ongoing online survey and you just want the buckets appear on the backend View Data page, type in the buckets and click Add Other Buckets. If you decide to add the buckets to your survey and allow your respondents to see them, then add the buckets by click on Add to Survey. Again, you can always click on Edit Buckets to batch add, edit, or delete buckets and their math or common code values. Another thing you can do on the bucketing page is to export the responses. You have 3 options when exporting data. You can export or link to a list of the verbatim only, a list of the buckets and the responses assigned to each bucket, and you can export or link to a list of the buckets along with their data and associated scores.